November 22nd, 1963, one of the darkest days in American history. President John F. Kennedy shot to death in Dallas.
Two priests who were with President Kennedy say he is dead.
Police quickly arrest 24-year-old Lee Harvey Oswald, saying he fired the fatal shots from the 6th floor of the Texas School Book Depository. The end of Camelot, the death of a young president, and a mystery that may endure forever.
While the JFK files have been released,
while the documents have revealed few new revelations on the assassination, the unredacted files are filled with details about covert CIA operations around the world, from the Vatican to Latin America. One document revealed 47% of political officers working in overseas U.S. embassies in 1961 were actually intelligence agents working under diplomatic cover. At the U.S. Embassy in France, the CIA had 123 undercover agents acting as diplomats. The documents also shed new light on CIA activity across Latin America, including in Cuba, the Dominican Republic, and Bolivia. Those are just some of the revelations highlighted by the National Security Archive, an independent organization that's been reviewing the documents.
And the reporting has to sift through some 80,000 pages.
Then Jack Ruby kills Lee Harvey Oswald, and there were so many people who thought that Jack Ruby's mob ties meant that he was sort of there to close up loose end, that maybe the mob did it. And even now, there are people that say, oh no, the mob did it, Cuba did it, the Soviets did it. I think that when you're going through all these pages and you're reading this stuff that we're learning about how much the CIA and the FBI actually knew and didn't do anything, it doesn't really surprise me. It doesn't do much for me in the way of a revelation. And it's probably just because, because I'm black. You know, as a black guy, I'm not going to sit here and be like, not the CIA. You mean to tell me the CIA? Next, you're going to be talking about the FBI.
Comedian Josh Johnson has a hilarious response to the news. Hey guys, quick break in the action. I have a new show coming out called The Rick Strom Show. It is going to be awesome. I'm interviewing musicians, athletes, producers, writers, journalists, authors, sports doctors. Go check it out at youtube.com/@TheRickStromShow. Also be sure to throw me a follow on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky. It can all be found in the description box below. Thank you.
Hundreds of Americans, hundreds of our fellow Americans, QAnon supporters, gathered in Dallas, Texas at Dealey Plaza, which is where President John F. Kennedy was assassinated. And they turned up there yesterday and waited around for hours because they rightfully believed in their heart of hearts, they truly, honestly, unironically believed that President Kennedy's son, JFK Jr., was going to reveal himself at the site where his father died to announce that not only was he not dead himself, but he was re-entering public life just in time to become Donald Trump's running mate in 2024. And I tell you that this wasn't a joke to these folks, and they earnestly believed it. I mean, some of them did have shirts made up for the occasion. This one says, Trump Kennedy, keep the world great. This one says, Trump JFK Jr. 2024. They unfurled big campaign banners too. They think that JFK Jr. is alive and he's going to run with Donald Trump for president and vice president in 2024.
Did we land on the moon?
Did we land on the moon? No. They also took this opportunity to share cool new thoughts on the moon landing. Did we land on the moon? No.
Did we land on the moon?
John F. Kennedy Jr., according to these folks, was expected to reveal himself at 12:29 p.m., the exact time that President Kennedy was shot. At precisely that time, the crowd piously recited the Pledge of Allegiance, but then, weirdly, he didn't turn up. Neither JFK Jr. nor his dad, nor anybody else from the Kennedy bloodline.
I want everyone to keep this in mind when listening to this next Johnson clip because it's relevant.
That's what trips me up too, is all these pages are getting released. There are things that were released during Trump's first administration that were redacted pretty heavily, and then they've been re-released, not redacted, right? Or just one line redacted. So much so that there are people that are actually mad at Trump because they're like, that some of that stuff, some of those people are still alive. What are you doing? You know what I mean? And so then, you know, you'll have like one little line that's redacted, and you'll have someone obsess over that specific line because it's not finding the truth for them. It's about keeping the conspiracy going, you know? Because you'll even see, they uploaded it to the archives. You can check it out in the archives right now. They uploaded everything they've uploaded so far. In my opinion, they've done pretty badly. I think they just had a scanner and they were like, he said today, so...
On that first point, spot on. The entire QAnon movement is built on this and shows how empowering it can be to keep certain things in the dark for the loyalists amongst their base.
Would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah.
Would you,
I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you know, you don't know it. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would, or at least
Do you think that would restore trust? Help restore trust?
Yeah, I don't know about Epstein so much as I do the others.
This clip will always stand out. It's clear what Trump is doing. Because he has no skin in the game for the previous two the host mentioned, he has no problem releasing them. But suddenly, when the third is brought up, he gets uncomfortable and squirms at the possibility. It is such a tell.
Trump said he was going to release JFK files, and he slowly released them over time, I guess. And then there were people that were like, well, why won't you release the Epstein files? The Epstein files are what we want. That's what we're actually focused on. Why won't you release the Epstein files? Is it because you actually knew Epstein? Is it because you might be implicated? Is it because you were on the flight logs? Why won't you release the Epstein files? All right, and then he does release the Epstein files, but what he does is he releases a bunch of files that were already released like last year and then redacts some of them to make them look like they're newly half redacted files. And then people called it online immediately. They were like, no, this isn't it at all. And then even the people who were like showing it off and like, look at this transparency, then they got mad because they were like, you made us look like idiots. We thought you were releasing stuff you hadn't released before. And so then people called again, why aren't you releasing the Epstein files? So if you're Trump, you know, you're probably sitting here, the only thing you can do is release the Epstein files and hope it's 100,000 pages.
Hilariously put. There would be no follow-up on this joke, proving once again that our eyes do not deceive us. Calling out elite people in comedy should be the rule of thumb.
I think Donald Trump's hair is actually another creature.
Yeah.
The hair's like going, good night, Donald. Good night, Donald. There we go.
Maybe it goes out. It goes out and makes money while he's asleep.
There is something about punching down that feels taboo, and punching up is the way to go.
Crack's not really my thing, but if it was, it would be fine if I was on that side.
Wow.
Don Jr.'s on coke. We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated. I'm a very stable genius.
It is very important, the work that the Jordan Kleppers are doing, the work that the Good Liars are doing, the work that our team here at the Turks are doing, and many more.
Used to see these tackles, now they tackle. Oh, head-on-head collision. Bing, flag, footballs become soft.
You have Trump doing sound effects for tackles. The choice could not be more clear. Like, let's not beat around the bush.